Hello, friends. Today we will discuss how will be our spouse, whether he or she will be beautiful, from which family our spouse may be, what are the qualities our spouse will have, how will be our father-in-law, how will be our mother-in-law. These are the questions that comes to our mind when we are thinking of marriage, when we are thinking of our spouse. So today's video we will try to discuss all about those things. First, whether our spouse will be beautiful or not, how we can able to know that. Generally, for marriage or partnership or relationship, we are looking at the seventh house. Okay, but remember, seventh house shows your approach towards relationship, your approach towards partnership. That does not show your real spouse. Okay, so from where we can able to know whether our spouse will be beautiful or not? It is the seventh lord. Check out the position of seventh lord, the planet associated with the seventh lord. For an example, if a Cancer ascendant, if we are talking about a Cancer ascendant, okay, so it does not mean that as its seventh lord is Saturn, he will have a black color or sick kind of guy as his or her spouse. Check out the position of the Saturn, sign placement, planet associated with Saturn. That will give the real quality of the spouse. He or she may have a beautiful spouse because Saturn is being associated with Jupiter, Venus, Moon, or aspected by benefic, is in a benefic sign. That will really give a good color spouse. Okay. For the status of the spouse, you need to analyze the Upapada Lagna because it is the Maya associated with with your spouse. If Upapada Lagna is having an exalted planet, that means you must marry a boy or girl who belongs from a high society. If Upapada Lagna is having a debilitated planet or a planet which is not in good dignity, then you may marry your spouse may be from a lower kind of society. You need to analyze the Upapada Lagna properly to know the real status of the spouse family or spouse. So the seventh lord will give the physical quality of the spouse because planet is having the body part. So for beautiness, when we are discussing about the beautiness of the spouse, we must need to analyze the seventh lord. When we are discussing about the status is the Maya which is in our mind. There is nothing called as big or small. It is our mind which is playing this game. So for the status of the spouse, we need to analyze the Upapada Lagna, which is the Maya associated with your spouse. His status, his or her status. Okay. When we are talking about the quality of the spouse or what are the abilities our spouse may have. So for that, we need to analyze the seventh house of Navans. Okay, in Navans, in case of Navans, the first house shows you, your abilities, your qualities, and the seventh house shows your spouse quality. Seventh house and its trine, like your Navans 7th house, 11th house, and 3rd house, shows the quality of your spouse, is the abilities your spouse may have. For that, you need to analyze the planets over there. Like if you are having Ketu in the Navans 7th house, so your spouse may be very good in maths. If Sun is there, he or she may be very good in physics. He may like to dance. He can able to know the every bit of music. If Moon is there, he or she may have melodic voice. He or she likes to sing. If Mars is there, he or she may like to play. They have the fighting capability. They like Kung Fu, Karate. Okay, this is the way you can able to know your qualities or abilities of your spouse by analyzing the seventh house of the Navans. Seventh house and its trine, like your seventh house, 11th house, and fifth house, and third house. Then comes how will your mother-in-law, especially in case of a girl, we really like to know the mother-in-law. For that, you need to analyze the 10th house of Navans. 10th house is fourth from the 7th house. Fourth is your spouse. So, fourth from your 7th house is the 10th house. So, is your mother-in-law. If malefics are there, then your mother-in-law may be harsh in nature. So 10th house of Navans chart is actually the Lakshmi Sthana. It actually shows the finance of you. In case of a male chart, it is the financial place. One single benefit give you a beautiful financial stability. Like one single malefic over there can bring that finance to zero. Similarly, in case of a girl's chart, okay, that is the house of your mother-in-law. How your mother-in-law will be? If malefics are there, your mother-in-law may be harsh in nature. If benefics is there, so your mother-in-law is a beautiful person. If Jupiter, exalted Jupiter is there, then your mother-in-law is such a beautiful lady. Then how you can able to know how will be your father-in-law? So for that you need to analyze the third house, because it is 9th from the 7th house. As simple as that. So 9th house from 7th house shows your spouse father, your father-in-law. So analyze the planet over there to know about your father-in-law. If benefics are there, then your father-in-law is a good person. If malefics are there, your father-in-law may be harsh in nature, or maybe his character we can able to know by analyzing the third house of the Navans. Third house of the Navans is very important to know all about your father-in-law. Similarly, the 10th house is shows the qualities your mother-in-law will have. So friends, look, the 7th Lord shows the physical Lord having the physical body. So all about beautiness, how beautiful she is, how beautiful he is, we can able to know by analyzing the 7th Lord of your Rasi chart. Okay, again the status of the spouse, like from which family he or she may be, that can be known by analyzing the Upabhada Lagna and planets in Upabhada Lagna. Okay, and your spouse quality can be known by analyzing the 7th house of your Navans. Okay, your mother-in-law can be known by analyzing the 10th house of Navans. Your father-in-law can be known by analyzing the 3rd house of the Navans. This is all about your spouse quality, how he or she is looking, how will be your mother-in-law, how will be your father-in-law. But the experience, what you will get from this spouse, can be known by analyzing the Venus in the chart. Very important. Venus shows the Devata. He is the Devata of relationship. So how your relationship will be, what is the experience you will have through your relationship, that can be known by analyzing the Venus. If Venus is in a Tikna Nakshatra, so the experience, your spouse may be a very, very good, but the experience you will have is a very harsh type. Okay, so by analyzing the Venus sign placement, okay, or nakshatra placement, you can able to know what is the experience finally you will have with that relationship. Okay, so friends, this is all about how you can able to know your spouse physical qualities, like whether he or she will be beautiful or not, from which family he or she may be, what are the qualities your spouse will have, how will be your mother-in-law, how will be your father-in-law. You can able to know by analyzing these houses in your horoscope. Friends, this is all about spouse. Hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.